पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नाम। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. Once upon a time, when I went to Chowpatty temple, probably was the first visit, I think, first visit, I found one devotee there. He's a Grihastha devotee, his grace Damodar Pandit Prabhu, wearing a neat, pure white dhoti and kurta. And the bead bag also was white in color, very neat and clean. It was so spick and span it was. Here also some of you are wearing white. You can stand up, this devotee, like this. And Haribol for him. Haribol. So like Vaikuntha address. Here also, you also stand up, both of you. Two, they're like Jai Vijay, Vishnu Dutas. Stand up both. Show them, turn around and show everybody. Yeah, Haribol. Yeah. So like this he was wearing, dress very neat. And as soon as I saw him, then I looked at my own bead bag, how it was. I'm coming from IIT. So my bead bag was dirty. It was little sandy and little, the sweat had come on the bead bag. Some patches were there. Immediately I removed that and I went to the shop and purchased a new one. So I was very inspired to also wear a clean bead bag. On that day, I decided that I will wear a fresh and clean dress every day. I will not wear a dirty dress. Later on, I understood that Srila Prabhupada not only used to wear fresh clothes every day, dhoti kurta, but even bead bag was fresh every day. We all may wash our bead bag once in a month or so. But Prabhupada's bead bag was every day new one. New means a fresh one. Just keeping it so clean. So keeping the dress clean, keeping our speech clean. How do we keep the speech clean? By not speaking any gali. Like before coming to Krishna consciousness, maybe we might have been using some bad words. So there are two bad words boys very frequently use, starting with B. One should not use after you become Krishna conscious devotee. You can only say Balaram now. You cannot say anything else with your tongue. So our tongue is supposed to speak auspiciously, not speak anything inauspicious or dirty words. So we have to mind our words, what we speak, because sometimes the old habits die hard, it is said. Sometimes when situations are extreme, we are put into a crisis, sometimes bad words can spring from our mouth due to the old habits. So one has to give up that. That is a clean speech. In fact, the ultimate or absolute clean speech is glorifying Krishna. And speaking from the Shastra. That's the best thing, clean speech. So clean dress, clean bead bag, clean speech, clean appearance also. So we call it as a Hare Krishna cut. Now many have Hare Krishna cut here. Very amazing. I think it means not like NCC you've seen, isn't it? We used to cut like this in NCC. Here also many are nicely cut. So sometimes people think hair is very attractive, long hair and long beard and long mustache. Nowadays, many boys are keeping beard and mustache nowadays. One young boy in our temple, small boy, he was having a long and big beard and mustache. One day I asked him, hey, what happened to you? Suddenly you got all this now. So he said, Prabhuji, I'm getting married. My parents told me you look like a kid now. And the girl's family is asking, is he really, 25? He looks like 15-year-old boy. So just to give them some confidence that I am grown up, I am growing some beard and mustache. Prabhuji, I promise you after marriage I will remove it. So there is one article. See, saw the picture? Yeah. I think some birds have laid nests. See, Prabhupada written letter to Brahmanand Prabhu. Yatrananda is the first man who was clean shaved and kept shika on the top of the head. Now he's begun to keep beard again. That's not good. Whatever he's doing nowadays is no sanction from me, like the Prabhupada's written. I read this in 6.5.14 purport. Mike.
Hare Krishna. In our Krishna consciousness movement, fashionable persons are taught to adopt one fashion, the dress of a Vaishnava with a shaved head and tilaka. They are taught to be always clean in mind, dress, and eating in order to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. What is the use of changing one's dress? Sometimes wearing long hair and a long beard, and sometimes dressing otherwise. This is not good. One should not waste his time in such frivolous activities. One should always be fixed in Krishna consciousness and take the cure of devotional service with firm determination.
Yeah.
What are some reasons why someone would want to grow a beard? Prabhupada explained on a morning walk that is good for attracting women.
Yeah.
Sometimes the women like big beard. Yes, they like. And they keep. The Mohammedans, they say, we keep beard, Women like it. From Morning Walk, June 23, 1975, Los Angeles. Srila Prabhupada explained the benefit of not keeping a beard on a walk in Vrindavan. Prabhupada turned into an abundant field where we saw many peacocks.
Then he's talking about that, and then we will come to this one. Yeah. Yes.
Among the humans, women's are said Prabhupada, and among the Mohammedans, a man with a big beard and mustache is considered very beautiful. Then we are the least beautiful, said Gauradasa. Gurudas. We have no hairs. Yes, nobody likes us, said Prabhupada, smiling. We are neither male nor female. No one knows who we are. It is very good. If you are attracted to neither male nor female, you are liberated. From Life with the Perfect Master, Chapter 4. Srila Prabhupada clearly states in his books that anyone who wants to join this movement should not have a beard.
And then he quotes the example of Sanatana Goswami. Mahaprabhu told him to be clean shaven. So the first is Mahaprabhu considered long hair objectionable, Prabhupada says. He keep clean shaven. This is very old, is saying. Yes, read this one.
Prabhupada asked Steve to shave his long hair and beard. Why do you want me to shave my head? Steve protested. Krishna had long hair, Rama had long hair, Lord Chaitanya had long hair, and Christ had long hair. Christ had long hair. Why should I shave my head?
Yeah.
Prabhupada smiled and replied, because now you are following me. There was a print on the walls of Surdasa, a Vaishnava. You should shave your head like that, Prabhupada said, pointing to Surdas. I don't think I am ready to do that yet, Steve said. All right, you are still a young man. There is still time. But at least you should shave your face clean and cut your hair like a man.
Yeah.
On the morning of the initiation, Steve shaved off his beard and cut his hair around his ears so that it was short in front but long in the back. How is this? He asked. You should cut the back also, Prabhupada replied. Steve agreed.
So like this is all about the beard thing, yeah. Prabhupada very sensitively presented this. But there was a Ramanuja who was keeping very long hair. Prabhupada showed the BTG magazine and told him, look at this prostitute who was converted by Haridas into a devotee. After conversion, the prostitute had shaved her head. Showing the picture, Ramanuja Prabhupada asked, what's the difference between this picture and that picture? I don't know, Swamiji, he said. No, Prabhupada said, pointing to the pictures, what is the difference in this picture? Oh, she's a devotee. Yes, Prabhupada said, what else? Oh, she has a shaved head. As Prabhupada smiled. A devotee has a shaved head, he said. Do you want me to shave the head? Yes, he said. Ramanuja shaved. But within a few days, he began growing his beard and hair back. From now on, Prabhupada said, no more cheap initiations. Yeah, they have to know something, Vedant Prabhupada said. So, Prabhupada generally first tolerated the beard of young disciple Mukunda Das, but later Prabhupada would speak to them. First Prabhupada said, you look like a sage. Thus, this left Mukunda feeling satisfied. And he did not think it necessary to shave his beard or hair. Later, however, as more and more disciples shaved their heads, Mukunda felt unsure of himself. One day approached Prabhupada and said, do you like this? And Prabhupada stroked his own clean face and said, I like this. Amazing, huh? Then he smiled. Mukunda understood that the beard was not in order and he shaved it off next day. What about mustaches for initial disciples are acceptable? Here is Prabhupada. Now I say, I'll repeat that anyone who keeps long hair is no more my disciple. Say, all right. It's the first condition. Does it apply for householder dharma or is that simply for brahmachari dharma? He's asking. I have pictures of you on the Bhagavatam when you did not shave the head with a mustache. He has seen Prabhupada keeping mustaches. When you are doing business as a householder, so does it apply to householders or only to brahmacharis, Prabhupada? That a householder must also keep a shaved head. At that time, Prabhupada says, I was not initiated. You were seeing my picture, mustaches. At that time, I was not initiated. Since I became initiated, I have shaven. Well, in India, where one can do business purposes, why are you bringing this question? You ask why you had mistakes. I say I had mistakes. That time was not initiated. That answer is given. That's all. I think disciple is trying to tell Prabhupada that for business you need mistakes. He's trying to say indirectly, I think. Prabhupada cut him off. Huh? Yeah. Like that different. Yeah, the same one. So that was about. So I was telling you about clean speech. See, there is a pastime of Raghava Pandit. You know how clean he was. Huh? One day his servant brought some coconuts from 4 5 miles distance. Huh? So when he kept it, uh, at that time he was actually touching the ceiling of the room. And then he picked up the coconuts and brought it for offering. Raghav Pandit observed it and said, he said, alas, now these coconuts are not fit to be offered. He said, why? He said, you touched the ceiling, then you touched the coconut. Therefore it has become contaminated, he said. But the servant asked, but what's wrong if I touch the ceiling? He said, the ceiling must be having dust which is raised by the people while walking in, going out. Huh? Some dust may be there when you touched it. That dust has come on the offering, so it cannot be offered. He said. That's what he mentioned here. People are always coming and inside the door. It's no longer fit to our offering. So then Raghav Pandit told him, go and get again. Huh? Proper coconuts, clean, pure. Hmm. So here's the example of very strict cleanliness Raghav Pandit taught. Huh? How how clean the offering must be. So as you go to Sattva Guna, you will see your cleanliness will increase. Huh? In everything, in food habits. I was just reading a few minutes ago, Prabhupada says, eh, see here Prabhupada is saying, modern day uncleanness. Even the non-devotees eating is unclean. Flesh and blood, pus from crabs, animals' entrails and brains, fish, pigs, bugs. Huh? He finishes eating and sometimes just wipes his hands across his pants for cleaning up. This is the eating of those dirty people. Huh? This kind of things they eat like that. The modern bathroom is often equipped with a shag carpet on the floor. See, sometimes you have this, what do you call that? Doormat, huh? Just outside the bathroom, but sometimes it is very wet. You've seen that? Huh? And if it is wet, you come in, you go out, come in, go out, it is always wet, and it slowly starts stinking. The smell will start coming. Mhm. One time I was somewhere in my room, lot of mosquitoes at night, and they didn't have mosquito net also. I asked my assistant, where did the mosquitoes come? So many of them. I didn't find them before. Then I found that you have this pressing, that this thing is there, no? What do you call that? Mhm. Dustbin. Dustbin? Huh? Yeah. You press with your foot and open and put it. That was partially open. And lot of old, the covers of the fruits and other portions of leftover food. All that was there. A lot of mosquitoes were hovering. And they easily were coming and going out. And that's how the whole room became filled with mosquitoes. It's very unhygienic. Huh? When you keep things unclean, then you will see that, the mosquitoes start coming. Eventually, they may cause dengue or some kind of malaria. Correct, no? That means uncleanliness eventually leads to diseases. You will see that. Huh? Similarly, the stinking mat over a period of time, the air carries that stink, huh? Brings it to your nose. It's very objectionable smell. You will see that. Similarly, somebody goes to the washroom, you know, actually they pass stool, but they don't put water immediately. Huh? Generally, some people after passing stool, they wait for passing some more and then they slowly wash. Huh? Then the smell spreads in the whole house. Is it good? So as soon as the stool falls, immediately you have to press the flush. Huh? It should be drained out immediately. It should go down. In some places, this thing doesn't work. The flush doesn't work. Talk, talk sound comes, but water doesn't come. and they don't repair it for 6 months. Huh? And then what others are supposed to do? You are supposed to take a half bucket of water and throw it, which many people may not do. They just finish their business, wash their back, and they wash hands and go away. So next person comes, he finds that gases, the stool smell pervading the entire lavatory. He feels very uneasy. You see, that's why then they put on the exhaust fan after that. So actually, when we use the lavatory, we should know that next to me there are other people waiting to use. We have to make sure that it is clean. Huh? But how will we clean? It requires some kind of consciousness, without which we will not do that. Correct, no? Like for example, I wash my clothes. Like somebody washes with soap water, removed the clothes, rinsed it in another bucket, took off the clothes and went for putting. But the soap water remains as it is in the whole bucket. So the next devotee comes to use the bathroom and he wants an empty bucket. What he gets? Soap water bucket, dirty soap water. So ask the previous devotee, Prabhu, you have left it like this. You say, yes, Prabhuji, whoever wants to use, they have to throw it and wash it under the tap and then they can use it. Is it proper? No. We should always think, after I use, somebody else may want to use. In America, they are so strict about bathroom. When you use the bathroom, they have a wiper kind of thing. Everybody using the bathroom should wiper, they should use and completely leave it dry. They hate wetness on the floor. Huh? It should be completely wiped and you put on the fan and it should be dry completely, neat. Huh? So next person very happy. He will give you blessings also. The previous person is a good fellow. When he comes to use that bathroom, it should be nice. So similarly, when you are washing your plate, there are some leftovers, rice, dal, and everything. You should not put it like a basketball, from a distance. But most often, when we put, what happens? It will fall outside, and we don't take the trouble to bend down and take it and put it back. Then mosquitoes will hover around. Correct, no? So one should go there, open the lid, and then put it properly. These things require consciousness. Basically, we can scientifically prove that the more we are unclean, the more we are inviting germs, mosquitoes, cockroaches, rats, what else? All kinds of things, correct, no? Which are all actually very dead. See, mosquito goes and sits in the stool also, like fly, for example. It sits in stool, again it will sit and come in your cheeks. You seen that? Fly goes, it goes and sits in the stool also, and then later on it comes and sits on your head, sits on your nose, sometimes sits in the lip also. Therefore, it's an unclean creature. So we should invite unclean creatures or drive them out. Drive them out. Our place should not be a place for them. Huh? They should live in another place. Let them go and live in some other gutter. We have to keep it very clean. So one more thing with uncleanness, scientifically we can prove that uncleanliness is unhygienic. We can prove that. But science doesn't know one important thing. Uncleanliness is also tamaguna. That they do not know. Huh? Now, how tamaguna comes? For example, if you litter the room with papers, like most of the boys in the hostel, if you go, lot of clothes are hanging. You've seen that? Huh? Looks like ghosts. Huh? You've seen that? All hanging on the window, hanging on the cupboards. They're hanging like that. And many of them sleep with their shoes on also, many times. Huh? And then the room is very sandy. There is nobody sweeping it. And they have a cot with a gaddi, which is never changed. Huh? It remains for a long time. And the gaddi also pulls you to sleep also. If bedding is always open, when you come in the afternoon, what do you feel like doing? Huh? Yeah, it sucks you in. You wonder, why did I sleep in the afternoon? Because the bed is open. Imagine you sleep in a chatai, huh, with a foam below. And you can, if you are feeling chatai little pricky, then you can have a cloth also. You can have sholapur blanket or something in the top. Correct? No? You can have that. So that you're little comfortable. And then you roll it and keep it in the corner. I went to one of the orphanages, we went to serve prasadam, we went to the children. They have such a good training. They fold the chatai nicely and they have a cupboard for keeping it. A place for everything and everything in its place. This is a formula. There should be a place for keeping everything and everything should be kept in that place only. Bedding means this is the place. And food plate means this is the place. And books, this is the place. And shoes should be kept in the rack. That is the place. Everybody cannot put everything everywhere. Huh? Should be kept like that. So then the place is neat and clean. Huh? So in this way, when uncleanliness is entertained, your mind becomes cluttered, which is not known to science. Science only talks about, inhygienic. Uh, the fear that many of the educated people have is, even when they go to hotel, they have all this, what do you call it? They wear apron and also this gloves and everything they cook under, but they eat meat and all crabs and all these things. What is the use of you being so clean? What you are putting inside is such a dirty thing. Correct, no? So that means devotee is very, very clean in eating habits also. We eat only vegetarian food, and that to offer to Krishna with devotion, with love. So the purer you become, the more conscious you will become, the more alert you will become. Huh? For example, two boys, school boys, they were actually born in devotee family. They were going, in a picnic in a bus. So when they got down from the bus, as soon as they got down, they saw a bakery shop. Huh? And one of the boys said, "Hey, look at the cake with the cream and with the cherry. Looks very attractive." Huh? So immediately he went in and he purchased. But other boy asked, "Hey, but you have to check whether it is a eggless cake, huh? Or they have put a egg in this." So his friend said, "No, no, no, it looks very fine. It looks very pretty. It must be all right." So he started Hare Krishna and then he started eating. Huh? But then the other boy found out it was the egg cake. Huh? Yeah, because you cannot purchase everything outside and eat also. Correct, no? In America, they say pizza, they call pizza as vegetarian. But in vegetarian pizza also, they put small, small pieces of meat. Just for, they say, it's not meat, it is pizza only. Just for sprinkling, we have put little bit, they say. So it's very risky. Huh? If any of you go for higher studies to America, be very careful. Outside things are not at all fit to purchase and eat. It's very risky. Huh? And also in McDonald's, they have this hamburger and all. If you keep a piece like a cake or something on the table, one scientist found that for 1 year it didn't get spoiled. The cake remained as it is for. That means you can imagine how much preservatives they must have put. They keep it fresh for 1 year. So is it good or bad? Deadly. Huh? It's deadly because if you see, preservative means it keeps it as it is. So when it goes in your belly, it will be as it is. It will not digest only. Correct now? Because outside, whatever it is, because outside it is supposed to become oxidized, the effect of the influence of the environment, it is not getting affected. Inside also, it will remain as it is when you put preservatives. So, outside commodities, we should not buy and eat very loosely, anything and everything. And especially, you all have become devotees. So, we have to be very reserved in eating. So it's preferable always that it's cooked by a devotee, offered by a devotee, and with love, and then it's accepted as a prasadam. Correct? No? So food should be clean, dress should be clean, bead bag should be clean, speech should be clean. I said, and hairstyle should be clean. We keep little hair. Of course, Prabhupada said to our first disciple, what's his name? Prabhakar, Acharya Prabhakar. No? Yeah. So Prabhupada told him. He said, "Prabhupada, I am what was he? He was a doctor, I think. Uh, he was a medical doctor. He said, "Prabhupada, I have to go to college. How can I give Shika?" I said, Prabhupada said, "Okay, you can just keep your short hair. You don't have to give Shika. You can keep." But Prabhupada said, "But you should eat prasadam only." He said, "Prabhupada, I'm not confident of cooking. I don't know." Prabhupada said, "I'll cook for you." Prabhupada said, "I will, when I'm here with you, I'll cook and show you how to cook. Then you learn from me. And you can cook yourself and go." So, in this way, one should be very conscious. How many of you know how to make khichdi here? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 devotees know. 7 devotees. So everybody should learn to make the basic items like cooking khichdi, making a sabji, making rice, making dal. Rice or sabji basically, and then khichdi. Maybe making one sweet at least. Because you may want to eat sweet sometimes, correct, no? How to make a gulab jamun, or how to make basic things, halwa, how to make. This much you should learn. I'll request Prahlad Prabhu to keep a training program for learning also, cooking. So that, why? Because then you don't have to depend on anybody wherever you travel. You can just get the items and you can cook very easily. It's not very difficult. Once you practice, it's very easy. So Otherwise, if you depend on others, sometimes you may have to eat that which is not prasad, which is not very good for us when we travel long distances and all. So our food should be clean. So here it is. The modern system is often equipped with a shag carpet on floor. Anything that is like the shag carpet is mentioning in the bathroom or in the entrance of the house, or sometimes due to rains, this kind of thing can become wet. Correct, no? Then one should thoroughly dip in water with soap and cleanse it and put it for drying, especially under the hot sun. The sun is a disinfectant. It will take away, if there is any infection, it will take away, it will be dried completely. Even the blankets we use for sleeping at night, our sweat and everything comes on that. So you wash it and put it under the hot, sunny, this thing in the summer. It will completely make it, all the infection will go away in that. It will be very clean. So, yeah. Magazine drag, modern man is so primitive in hygiene. But after passing stool, he doesn't bathe, but merely fouls himself with paper and runs a little faucet, water over his hands. His uncleanness in mating need not be mentioned here, he's saying. So, actually, even in many of the Indian IT companies, they in the lavatories they keep only tissue paper. There's no water. Now, slowly in India, they are also providing water now. They understood people want. In airport, they have drawn a picture. I saw one fellow after passing urine, he comes washing the hand. He want to wash leg, so he puts his leg inside the wash basin. Lifts and puts. They put that picture. So now they understood Indians need to wash the legs also. So now they have put. They have washing facility now. I generally, when I go to airport, I go to the inside bathroom where you can take that water jet and you can put on the legs, you can wash. When one passes water, one should wash the legs from knee below. There are Puranic stories. There is one Puranic story which says that one Brahman, after passing water, he washed in the front portion of the feet, he washed. Backside didn't wash. And there was a crow sitting on the tree. From that, the Shani entered into his legs. So as soon as he entered the home, he started speaking harsh words at his wife. And then when he put the food in the mouth, there were stone particles in the food. Then he yelled at his wife and slapped his wife. He lost his control. So why these Puranic stories are given? To illustrate the point that when you allow Shani or unclean elements to enter into your system, your whole mood becomes very negative by that. So one should wash in the front, one should wash behind, below the knee. And also the urine when you pass, after passing urine, the chemicals in the urine, they surround the genitals. One is supposed to sprinkle water on that. One should sprinkle water on the urinating portion. This is any Brahmana should do. The Brahmana actually takes the sacred thread and they put it around the ear while passing water. And then the water is sprinkled over the genitals and then the chemicals will go away. Otherwise, the chemicals irritate that portion, which many people don't know. That is also considered more clean. Similarly, when one passes stool, one should wash both the hands very thoroughly. And ideally speaking, when we pass stool, we should take a bath. Because according to Shastra, the whole body becomes unclean. The whole body, top to bottom, becomes very unclean by the passing of the stool and urine. So sometimes, in case you have a fever and you have to go to bathroom 3-4 times a day and you are bedridden, you are unable to, then you may take a bath only up to neck instead of hair, because fever time you don't want to put much water on the head. And the water for bathing actually is supposed to be lukewarm. It's neither too hot nor too cold. Then it is very healthy for the body. So, and then, see, in the recent times, the wave of sexual read that one? Yeah.
Times, the wave of sexual promiscuity has covered the sense of wrong in unclean dealings. According to Bhagavad Gita, sexual affairs, like anything else, should only be utilized in the service of Supreme. Krishna says, I am sex life according to the religious principles. This means that sex should only be within marriage for propagating a child to be raised in God consciousness. Nowadays, the concept that illicit sexual connection is wrong or dirty has become outmoded and is considered an old-fashioned naivete or backwardness.
Yeah, see, first of all, the one should know, anybody who is learned in science medical science, you can ask any doctor, will tell you the front portion, the urinal part, and the back portion, they have millions of germs. You can ask any MBBS student, they'll tell you. These two portions are considered the dirtiest part of the body. In fact, you may throw water also, but after throwing water also, these things don't go away. They are considered very dirty. Therefore, one should not contact these parts unnecessarily unless you have to pass water or unless you have to pass stool and clean the back. Otherwise, they are considered very dirty part. But to procreate children, these portions are important. The genitals are important for passing the semen from the male body to the female body. But it should be used for that limited purpose. When a man and woman marry and then they are going to beget a child, they pray to Lord and in ISKCON, and actually they have to chant 50 rounds, not together, every one of them. Husband 50 and wife 50. So they chant 50 rounds, then they are supposed to unite, praying that let a saintly child come in the womb. At that time, genitals are used for the purpose, or the genitals are used for the passing of water. Otherwise, the genitals should not be unnecessarily agitated for masturbation purpose. Or the unnecessarily one should not touch that part. It's unclean part. Not just unclean, the most unclean, because a lot of germs. Just like a gutter has a lot of mosquitoes and everything. Will you put your hand in the gutter? Will anybody put hand inside the gutter? Pick up and see. Only pig lives there. Correct? Yeah, any sane human being will not touch such places. Correct? Sometimes I see, sometimes there is a pond which is very blackish and dirty. Some people take bath there. You have seen that? Some people, unhygienic people. Like some of the bums, they carry the sack of paper and everything. They go and take bath in such unclean places. Similarly, if you are a clean personality, you should not touch unclean parts of the body. Prabhupada was telling Hagrid Prabhu, hey, daily take bath. Not that once in 2 weeks you take. Daily you should take bath. Prabhupada told, because he saw him is not taking bath. Please daily take bath. Okay, Prabhupada, I will take. And he put his hand in the mouth. Hey, don't put your finger in the mouth. Take it out. No, Prabhupada, I was just biting the nails. Oh, don't bite the nails. Yeah. He was telling Prabhupada used to constantly correct. And then he was having long beard and mustache. Please kindly shave up your mustache and beard. So much unclean. Because so much sweat comes out of the face, it just settles in the beard. Then your beard will start stinking. Over a period of time, it's a unclean part of actually the hair which comes out of the man's beard and mustache area. This is considered like stool only because it's a waste product of the body. It should be removed and thrown away. Just like stool, you remove and don't keep it. You throw it away, correct? No? Here you remove and keep it. You should not keep it. But for women, the hair is considered very important because the woman, long hair comes so that they can cover their front. They can cover their body. Naturally, God has given them a very long hair so that is also a kind of protection for them. Long hair. But man doesn't need a long hair. Man has to keep short hair and then remove unnecessarily too much hair from the body. And not touch impure parts of the body. Now, what to speak of not touching? Now, boys and girls have lost all shame. They say we live in together and then they are practically nude, remove all their clothes and they rape each other and they mix very freely. And then they go from one partner to another when they change sometimes. Then they can get 25 types of sexually transmitted diseases, like syphilis and gonorrhea and AIDS and things like that. There are different diseases with different symptoms and they are very deadly. Some of these diseases will cause tremendous itching, tremendous burning. Some of them cause the genitals to become like very big. A lot of complications are there. And women can become pregnant also, correct? No? Or they take some tablets not to become pregnant. So it's a very deadly thing, unclean thing it is. So a couple of our doctors studied in BJ Medical. So they were telling that the most unclean part of the body is the front and the back. So we touch it only when there's a need for passing stool or passing urine. Otherwise, the same manner, sex life should not be unnecessarily exercised, except for procreation purpose. But now people, that's what he's saying. Profanity, read that, profanity and obscenity.
Profanity and obscenity accent the speech of even the most sophisticated persons. In fact, it is considered a mark of sophistication to be able to drop obscene words without a trace of embarrassment. And pornography in literature, films, and other forms of entertainment has become one of the biggest industries in the world, protected by powerful business interests and reverently given freedom by the highest courts of justice. But aside from being a current fashion, illicit and perverted sexual activities will always create deep impurities of the heart, and impure ultimately means against Krishna consciousness. Whatever uncleanliness in our minds, hearts, or bodies prevent us from approaching the supreme pure, the supreme personality of Godhead, such dirt is immoral in the most serious way. Krishna has condemned unclean food, unclean sex, and unclean living habits. Therefore, a devotee strictly avoids them.
Yeah. Pravrityam cha nivrityam cha janana vidurasura na shaucham na pichacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. 16th chapter is saying, Pravrityam, nivrityam. What to do, what not to do. Janana vidurasura. These asuras don't know what to do and what not to do. That is the kind of lifestyle. If you see, sometimes the boys wear jeans for 6 months, they don't change it. Same jeans. I think 6 months is less, maybe more also they may use. 1 year also they may use. Tight jeans, same jeans, stinking jeans. It becomes very dirty, but they don't change at all. Daily they keep wearing the same thing. Similar shirt also they wear. I remember in college days I've seen people wear the same shirt and they put it in the hanger until the shirt starts stinking. Then they think, now smell is coming, I think I have to wash now. See, washing doesn't necessarily mean you have to use soap every time. You can just dip it in water and squeeze it and put it if it's not much dirty. But everybody should wear washed clothes. Daily morning when you come for the Mangalati, one should wear fresh clothes. Once you wear the cloth in the body and take it off from your body, that's considered juta. Just like plate. Once you started eating from the plate is considered. No. Can you eat in the same plate without washing? Same way, without washing it, we cannot wear it for the second time. It becomes used one. Correct, no? So that's cleanliness and clothes. Cleanliness and clothing, in our speech, in our habits. Yeah, what else he says? Read it. So Krishna is condemned. Na shaucham, na pichacharo, na satyam teshu vidyate. They have no cleanliness in these things and in their acharya behavior. Na satyam, they don't know what is truth, what is right, what is wrong. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. And it's also cleanliness, one of the 4 principles of religion, correct? Huh? It's declining in the age of Kali Yuga. Yeah. See, Prabhupada says, the future preachers of Krishna conscious movement must learn to be Shuchi, absolutely pure in all respects. And for this, practical cleansing is the basic teaching, not touching anything dirty to the mouth. See, water itself is more antiseptic, so soap is not always required. All devotees should be also taught to wash own dishes, hands, mouth. That means always washing. They should be given what they will eat so that nothing is left over. While bathing, they can wash their own clothes. So Raghav Pandit saw everything in relation to Lord and service to the Lord. I read this one.
An example of the dynamic relationship between outer and inner cleanliness was shown by Lord Chaitanya in his pastimes of cleansing the Gundicha temple. As the leader of the Vaishnavas, Lord Chaitanya showed not only symbolically but practically the importance of cleanliness. In preparing the temple for the appearance of Lord Jagannath, Lord Chaitanya led the devotees by personally cleaning on his hands and knees. He praised those devotees who collected the most dust and he chastised those who did not collect enough. Engaging many sweepers, he swept the whole temple and courtyard and then began to wash everything with Ganges water.
Yeah, I heard. In America, in my travels, I found many temples. They do the morning program 4:30 to 9:30 for the brahmacharis do. Then they take prasad. Then they have little time, free time. But then 11 o'clock they come together. between 11 to 12, 1 hour, the whole temple is cleansed by brahmacharis. And they all have allotted areas. Thoroughly they clean it. It's a daily work. So I was wondering, we sometimes do maha cleaning, we call it, correct? No? That's the only day we may clean so much. But these people clean every day. Keep the temple very, very spick and span. And then you will see in the Shastras also, it's mentioned that the Gurukula Vedic boys who will live in the Gurukula, every morning when the Guru wakes them up, they take bath and all. And there is one part of the early morning program which is also cleaning the ashrama, inside the ashram and outside the ashram. This is a part of the Gurukul life. And of course, Mahacleaning can be done once in a week or once in a month or something like that. But one observation you will find in the modern day students is that they are very lazy for cleaning their area. Somehow or other, it doesn't occur to them that it is important to clean the place where you live. They don't use water. They don't use even jadu also. They keep things littered here and there. And now all of you are wonderful devotees. You have lived a hostel life, but now you are living devotee life now. But in devotee life also, this carelessness can come. Like you are allotted area to clean. Who is the cleaning in charge here? Department. Yeah. What's your good name? Ishwar. Ishwar is a controller. Supposed to control everybody. So Ishwar, you're able to get the cleaning done by everybody? They're doing, probably because your name is Ishwar. In many of the centers, we find that there's a difficulty getting things done. One center I went, the cleaning in charge told me, Prabhu, I'm telling everybody to clean their area, they're not cleaning what I should do. I said, you should set an example. First, you should yourself clean your area. And then tell them, see, I am cleaning, all of you also clean. Not only that, Prabhuji, I am doing perfectly. I told them, see, if you don't clean your place, I will come and clean. I told them. They said, wonderful, please do it. They're saying like that. So, many devotees, with the passing time, they become a bit lazy. Probably they become very busy also. Nowadays, there is no end to being busy now, correct? No? Life can be busier, most busy until you become stressed totally. So, there has to be some time taken out for cleansing the place, your table, your chair, the room where you are living, area that is allotted for you. And there are areas which is common place, like this hall now, for example. Similarly, the altar, removing the old flowers and putting new flowers, and also wiping the pictures and everything. So there is a devotee allotted for that, correct? No? You have devotees saying. And the place which can become most unclean are two places. One is the kitchen area where the cook is cooking, because that's where a lot of activity happens there. Another area is the washing area where dustbins are there. Dustbins, and the wash basin, everything. Any place you want to know the standard of a voice, you should go and see these places. See the wash basin area, see the dustbin, is it neatly kept? Is it neatly wiped? And another area is bathroom, latrine, you should see whether it is neat and clean or it is dirty buckets and dirty mugs. It's supposed to be very pure and clean. So, in some places, some of the ISKCON temples, they are strict about avoiding even plastics. They use only stainless steel buckets and stainless steel mugs also. Not everywhere, but some places. This is another aspect of cleanliness. If we can, over a period of time, even in Pune temple, we are thinking. At one time we did again, they reverted back to plastics again. But if you have stainless steel buckets and stainless steel mugs, that your consciousness in taking bath also will be different. How many of you feel if you have either a brass, mug or a, stainless steel vessel in which you are taking bath, your consciousness is going to be different? How many of you feel? Correct, no? It gives a different feeling. The plastic is muchi. It's not very clean. Plastic is very impure. A lot of impurity sticks to it. It doesn't go away very easily. Like, drinking water, either drinking in a steel bottle like this or in a glass one should drink. But nowadays, many people keep water in plastic containers, correct, no? Nowadays, people even carry food in plastic covers also. What to speak of plastic containers? Actually, in carry bag, they put hot dal, hot rice, and that will mix with polyvinyl. It will mix with that. With high temperature thing you put, then you are drinking and eating plastics. Just like sometimes cow by mistake takes the plastic covers like that. It's very bad actually. Hot food should not be put in such polyvinyl things and all. Suppose we put in a stainless steel vessel. Huh? So what I do when I'm traveling in flight, sometimes there is no vessel to be taken. So I tell them that, put it in a, put the leaf cup in which they put upma, correct, no? You put upma in a leaf cup, another leaf cup, you close it and put the whole thing in a plastic cup like this. The plastic cup nowadays it comes, what do you call that? The mold one, like disposable cups we have, no? Like that round one comes. So then, but upma should not be put in touch with plastic. You should be getting in touch with something organic, like a leaf, banana leaf, or like a, other leaves, drone you have, like that. If any of you go to temple, you want to carry some halwa or something with you to back to your voice, you want to carry, don't carry in plastics. Always carry in, because God given things like natural leaves, that they are better. They are very healthy for you, correct, no? So that is clean. So uh, the unclean, wherever possibility of uncleanness is there, one should work on those areas and keep them. Similarly, in the kitchen, cockroaches are coming. They're coming, why? Because uncleanness. Some vessels are kept unwashed and they find some eatables in that, then they come. Then one small cockroach will come, eventually he'll get married and produce some more. He'll try to 5, 6 more he will produce after that. Then their family increases. Then the rats will increase also. In my room also, some 2 rats somehow came. I caught my assistant in those days. How did they come? Then I found he had got some pakoda from Mahaprasad and he had hidden in the room. Because I don't take. I was wondering, hey, how rats are coming. I also don't know, Prabhuji said. Now I know, because pakoda is there. You keep pakoda and they come. You keep it here, keep it there, then they come. I said, don't keep any eatable here. Take out everything. I told him. Then along with that, rats also went away. Correct, no? So don't give room for insects and such creatures to come. So Mahaprabhu is cleaning, inside the Gundicha temple and outside, and he himself was leading it. This is a very beautiful pastime. He put chandan for everybody and put a garland for all the Vaishnavas, and then gave them all one broom and one pot also. They brought the pots of water from the Narendra Sarovar. They formed 2 human chains. One human chain was bringing the water, another human chain was giving the empty pots. And those who are in the temple, Mahaprabhu himself was taking a jadu and cleaning. First he would throw, no, of course he won't throw, first they would do the sweeping with a broom. But before sweeping, what they did? They did this one, there's a long stick, what do you call that? The broom, bushy broom. So he removed all that cobwebs and everything, cleansed it, and they all fell to the ground. After that, on the walls he cleaned. Then he swept. Similarly, when he threw water, first he threw water in the ceiling. Then he threw water on the walls. Then water on the ground. Then he swept it. Why? Imagine, for example, you swept the floor and you throw water and then you start cleaning in the top. They will all fall and stick. Correct? No? You need to do it in a krama. In order, one should do that. So the more you become cleanliness conscious, you will become fine-tuned in everything in life. Because your sattva guna increases. From tamaguna reduces, sattva guna increases. So dresses you wear, and the dresses should be fresh and washed. And then same, and Lord Chaitanya, okay. Prabhupada saying, the Krishna movement is dedicated to making the world revolutionary, clean, through hygienic principles, and even more importantly, by cleansing the heart by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. And read that.
When some of the Srila Prabhupada's disciples were accused of brainwashing, a charge that was quickly thrown out of court, Srila Prabhupada took the word brainwashing in a favorable way and said that was indeed our mission. Because their brains are filled with stool, he said, so we have to wash their brains with chanting of the Lord's names.
So, recently, I went to one of the voices, they had put in the notice board. One fellow is lying down on the ground unconscious. Another fellow is pushing his belly, because it's like he drowned in some water or something. So when a person drowns, you take him out. But when he's pushing the belly, all the symbols of Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp, everything's coming out of his mouth. You put it like that. Because he has absorbed so much. That's what he wants to show. You understand? Huh? Similarly, people's heads are filled with all kinds of social media things. So Prabhupada says, our chanting Hare Krishna will cleanse your head. Yes, sir. And Prabhupada told the hippies when they shaved up and they wore the tilak and they had the bead bag and they put the neck beads, they looked like as if they have descended from Vaikuntha. Now, let us read some quotes of Prabhupada. Read that.
If we don't lead a Brahmanical life, we are not allowed to call ourselves Brahmanas. You may be the son of a respected High Court judge, but if you don't have the required qualification, you cannot call yourself a judge. There has to be an institution for training and educating Brahmanas. Everyone should be classified according to his education and his qualities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shri
Sri Vigraharadhana Nityananda is quoting. Marjana means cleansing. The Guru, along with his disciples, always engaged in cleansing the temple of Radha and Krishna. And read that, if the cleanliness.
If the cleanliness is neglected, it is sure sign of laziness. If one is lazy, one doesn't keep his environment clean. First, let me sleep. This is mode of ignorance, tamaguna. We have to overcome rajaguna and tamaguna. Sattva vishuddham vasudeva sabditam. The heart has to be pure if we want to receive Krishna and allow him to reside there pleasantly.
See what Prabhupada is saying, if you are lazy to clean, then eventually that laziness to clean will lead to sleep, additional sleep. Like if you come to your room which is littered with papers and things are crowded, everything, it's clutter. Then that clutter invites you to sleep. You become lethargic. See, is it good? We lose time also by that. Tamaguna increases. I read this one.
In the early days of the movement, Srila Prabhupada instructed the devotees to clean their plates and the cooking pots right after honoring prasadam. When one of the leaders saw that the devotees were not following his order, he asked Srila Prabhupada which method he should use to get the devotees to the point of following. The order of the spiritual master should be sufficient, replied Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. How much can you chase after people, isn't it? See, outside world is much different. At least devotees should become strict with the discipline. Once you know this is the right thing, we should stick to it. And Dallas?
In Dallas and Edinburgh, the devotees complained that there were rats in the temple. So they asked Srila Prabhupada whether they were allowed to kill them. Srila Prabhupada's answer was, no, you should be killed because you took the vow of cleanliness but did not keep it.
Isn't it? You allowed the rats to come and now you want to kill them. Because of your uncleanness, they have come. They are like a guest. You have called the guest and you want to kill the guest now. So you should give this head. So, again the same point, rats can only come if there is some uncleanness or carelessness. Yeah, I read that.
Srila Prabhupada once wrote to one devotee in London, each room should be clean as a mirror, otherwise you invite the rats. Once when Srila Prabhupada was on a morning walk in Hawaii, he passed by the prasadam room. Seeing him, the devotees were in so much ecstasy that they dropped everything and ran after Prabhupada. His divine grace led everyone on the compound and then returned to the temple room. Soon later, Guru Kripa complained to Prabhupada about the leftover prasadam and the unclean prasadam room, and also mentioned how he had difficulties to bring the devotees to the point of cleaning. Srila Prabhupada, if a devotee doesn't clean, he can go home again and live with his mother.
Because mother has to teach him how to be clean. First ask him to go and see how mother keeps the house clean, then they can come, he said.
When you are clean, you are in spiritual world, Vaikuntha. When you are dirty, you are in material world.
My Lord, see the statement, huh? That means, actually we all will see one bad habit in us. Even though you may start with being clean after hearing such lectures, then after 1 week, 2 weeks, again we go back to old ways. How many have had experience of this? Correct, no? Yeah. Like for example, you may be sweeping. One day you sweep, 2 days you sweep. One day you skipped it because of lack of time. Then next day also you skip and you skip. And then it becomes a habit without, we don't clean it all. And then you have to do Maha cleaning one day, isn't it? Maha sweeping. Huh? Yeah, and then?
Srimad Bhagavatam 4.2.14-15. Those who do not regularly bathe are supposed to be in association with ghosts and crazy creatures.
My Lord. In one country I heard that they take bath only once 15 days. Huh? They call it as a shower day. Huh? Yeah. So then they are living with whom? Ghosts and crazy creatures. Okay, practical aspects, let us say. Read that.
Fresh cloth must be worn in the temple. Once we wear a dress once, then it is not fit to be preserved to be worn again for the second time. It should be washed before it can be worn. Thus, every morning, devotees should always wear only freshly washed clothes. After one takes prasad, the area where the plate was kept must be cleared. One should not step over the area where prasad was taken because it is considered contaminated. The place where we take prasad becomes contaminated. And if
Similarly, if you once you go into bathroom, after passing stool, you should not come and run around the room. Because when you pass stool, body is unclean. Like one boy actually wanted to get this thing for shaving. He forgot, razor, he forgot. So he passed stool in the bathroom and he came out and he's running around. All boys are afraid, hey, he's going to touch us. And the whole area will become contaminated. So if you want, you should tell one another boy, please, Prabhuji, can you please get it from my locker? Now I'm inside the bathroom, I can't come out or something. Yeah.
And if one steps on that spot, then feet must be washed. The place where the prasad has been taken must be cleaned right after the prasad has been taken.
Not wait for a long time because it will become it'll just sticky and dry also after some time. Immediately it should be cleaned. So in Chopati, His Holiness Ranath Maharaj was walking in the corridor along with His Holiness Bhaktacharya Maharaj. And they both were smiling and talking to each other and coming. Suddenly they found some khichdi. This much khichdi was lying because somebody had eaten in that area and gone away. So some portion was lying there. So Maharaj immediately called Gauranga and asked, what is this? He said, Maharaj, khichdi. Yes, I know it's khichdi, but why? Why is it there? He asked. Maharaj, today is a festival day, Sunday, and many people have eaten prasad. They left. After everybody is finished, we are going to wash this place, throw water and we'll clean it. Maharaj said, no. As soon as it falls on the ground, immediately it should be cleaned. Gauranga was shocked, really? How will we know who is dropping where? Maharaj said, yes, if that fellow is getting up from his place, then this cannot be there. Maharaj said, call the servants and employees, tell them to go on rounds to watch where is some portion of food lying. Immediately it should be taken. He said, it cannot be tolerated. It should be immediately cleansed. He said.
Yes. Because the temple must be very clean, we should be careful that we do not unnecessarily contaminate the temple. One should not enter the temple hall without having washed one's hands and feet after eating. One should enter the temple with clean hands and feet.
Like, for example, you go for Harinam Sankirtan outside. On the way, there are so many puddles of water. It's a little muddy. It comes on the feet. When we come back to the temple, we should wash the feet. In India, many people have the culture. In Jagannath Puri, you will see when you're entering, there is a facility for washing the feet. Kunjiberi temple also, they have facility. In NVCC, we should make it also. We have it? Immediately shoe stand, we have it, yeah. Can wash the feet and then enter the temple. That's proper. Because while walking on the road, we contact and unclean things. Yeah.
One should take bath after passing stool and only then enter the temple hall. When one passes stool, the whole body becomes contaminated. One should immediately take a bath and only then proceed with other activities. After cutting nails, shaving beard or head, passing stool, one should take a bath.
Yeah.
One should not enter the temple after visiting a crematorium or after touching a dead body. One must first take proper bath and then enter. One should not pass air or belch within the temple.
Little difficult, huh? So how do you know that? So in case you're feeling like passing air, quickly you can go out for a couple of minutes and finish the business and then come inside. Because temple is a very holy place. Sometimes the person eats heavy food and he has overeaten the previous day. Next day, he releases air in such a powerful way. It smells, nasty smell spreads in the entire Bhagavatam class. All others are plugging those. My Lord, who has released this bomb? Isn't it? So then one can better get up, go to the garden or somewhere, release the gas, walk a little bit and then come back. And also keep your stomach clean also, yeah. Yes.
One should avoid putting one's fingers in one's mouth, ear or nose while in the temple. When one is compelled to do this, even outside the temple, one's hands must be washed immediately thereafter.
Yeah. Actually, sometimes our nose is running or you want to remove something from the nose. One should immediately go to the bathroom and then remove it from the nose, clean the nose and then wash with the soap and everything. Not that you remove the nose, no one is around you. Put on the wall. People do that because they think no one is around. But that will remain for a long time to show the history that you did. So once you go to bathroom, wash the hands. Yeah. Yes, next.
Yes, Vijay. Under all circumstances, chanting on one's japa beads should continue. There can be no material impediment to the chanting of the holy name. As far as one's home is concerned, Mataji should try to maintain the above standard where possible. In some cases, it may not be practical and possible to do that, as there may be no one else available to do the cooking, etc. In such cases, Matajis may do the needful to fulfill their domestic obligations and at the same time also see that their household duties are taken care of. Other members of the family, as far as possible, should help in this regard.
Ideally speaking, in our homes and all, I've seen when the ladies are 3 days away, that time men only cooks. That's why the male should know cooking also. It's very important. Yeah. Most of it we have covered. See, one doctor recently told me how the teeth should be cleansed. When you take the brush, the gums are here and the teeth are below, correct? No? You should do like this, like if like like this, like this. You should do like this, like this, like this, and bottom like this. You should do from the gums to the teeth, gums to the teeth, gums to the. Similarly, the top gums to the teeth, like this. You do. And he told me, can any of you guess how much time it should take for you to brush the teeth?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. He said, just maximum 2 minutes. He said, 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then first you do outside, bottom you do, then inside also. And like this, again, gums to the teeth, gums to the teeth, again, comes to the teeth. Similarly, comes to the teeth, comes to the teeth, comes to the teeth, like that. It should be rotated. The brush should be moved like this, from vertical to horizontal, so that the gums and teeth are covered like that. And then you just rinse them out. Very simple it is. So, uh, so he is writing that when like brushing the teeth by pressing gums to the teeth, yeah, and then taking regular
Regular
shower, yeah,
Wearing clean clothes,
yes.
washing hands after touching shoe, food, dirty things, avoid unclean foods, doing achman
See,
before approaching.
before you sit for prasad, you have to wash the hands. We should not without washing hands because we might have touched many things here and there. Yeah,
Yes. Doing achman before approaching deities.
yeah. A messy room. Read that.
Whosoever room this is should be ashamed. His underwear is hanging on the lamp. His raincoat is there in the overstuffed chair, and the chair is becoming quite mucky and damp. His workbook is wedged in the window. His sweater's been thrown on the floor. His scarf and one sky are beneath the TV, and his pants have been carelessly hung on the door. His books are all jammed in the closet. His vest has been left in the hall. A lizard named Ed is asleep in his bed, and and his smelly old stock has been stuck to the wall. Whosoever room this is should be ashamed. Donald or Robert or Willie or who? Who you say it's mine? Oh dear, I knew it looked familiar.
It's a poem. Whole idea is talking of a messy room. A clean mind functions perfectly because it knows the true nature of things and will operate in such a way that all the thoughts and intentions are pleasing to Krishna. That's why you want to keep it clean. And the clean heart is one whose desire is only to serve the Lord and do whatever is pleasing to Krishna. Then you can constantly think of the Lord. So, how do we dirty up our hearts and minds with our desires for dirty things? Desire to be famous, beautiful, or popular? Our desires can be unlimited. These are all covered now. This is the famous verse. Anybody knows? Anudvega karam vakyam satyam prehitam chayad swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapavujyate. What is considered as a proper speech? Anudvega karam vakyam. Don't agitate others by your speech and learn to speak mildly, beautifully, sweetly, in a pleasing manner and beneficially and based on scriptures, he's saying. So, even if you have to give, Vaishnava means they are very sensitive in speech. Like they don't directly give feedback at an inappropriate time. Say, for example, one of your friends gave a class. After the class, he's coming off the Vyasasan and asking you, Prabhu, how was the class? So you may say, oh, it was pretty wonderful. I am hearing you for the first time, Prabhu. It was great, very nice. And in case you had some thought of giving him some feedback, because some people commit certain mistakes. Say there was one boy who was telling always, he will say in the lecture. Almost he told 50 So, but if you don't tell him immediately, after 3, 4 days are passed, you can tell him that, Prabhu, that day you asked me for a feedback. One just passing thought came to my mind. You know, when you were speaking, you said, almost probably many times. You said several times. That is one thing, if you can make observation of yourself and change it, that would be great. So that was my observation. But otherwise, the content of your lecture was very beautiful. What you spoke, substance was very good. This was just a small comment. It's not a big blemish or anything. But because since you asked me, I thought I will suggest you. Like that, you can say 3, 4 days later. Because the timing is very important to give correction. Because after giving a class, when one comes down, at that time, one's feelings are very tender. We don't immediately correct. And we correct at a later time. Similarly, in the bathroom, sometimes people are putting their towels, their, clothes. Some people in the early morning, they dip their clothes in soap and keep it in the bathroom. And others don't have the bucket available for bathing. Then the OC has to announce, morning, please do not put any clothes in the bucket. Keep it empty for devotees to use. Correct now? The people commit mistakes. Now, once, twice, thrice you announced, people are still not listening. What to do? Then you have to put screaming notice in the bathroom. As near the bucket, on the top of bucket only you can put. Don't keep clothes in the morning time or whatever. Or in the wall, screaming notice you put. Because instead of you screaming, the notice can scream. Correct. Now you can put a picture outside. Don't do this or something like that. So then when you speak, you can speak sweetly, but the notice can be a little strong if need be. Some people do even more smartly. What they do? Thank you for not putting clothes in the early morning in the bucket. And thank you for being so sensitive to allow others to use the bucket. That means what? Don't do it. They are already thanking you. Please remember the thank you. Yeah. Thank you for leaving your shoes here. That means don't take shoes ahead. Just do it. Yeah. I read that gossip.
Unclean speech, gossiping, gossip, rumor or talk of a private, personal, sensational or intimate nature. Example, Gopal Chapal offending Srivas Thakur. Don't talk personal, private life of others. Chinese whisper.
You see, you're all living in like a community here. So you have to be very careful. There is surely some information you will get which is good or bad about other boys. Correct or not? So good news about other boys that you can freely spread to others. Not a problem. Somebody got a distinction. You can go around telling everybody, hey, do you know he got a distinction? Hey, he is the topper of the class. And it's very nice to tell others because others will also appreciate him. And he feels very happy that my friend told so many of them about my getting good marks. On the other hand, imagine he has failed in 4 papers, he got 80 KT. You have still 80 KT here? Yeah. It's allowed to keep term, correct, no? So 80 KT. Now, is it a good news to spread? Oh, no, very dangerous. You go around telling, hey, you got 80 KT. Then when he goes to anybody, they say, Prabhuji, very sorry that I came to know you got 80 KT. He will ask them, please tell me who told you. And all of them will take one name. And then he becomes your enemy. He will say, I think he want to blaspheme about me. Already he is sad that he got 80 KT. So don't spread bad news to others. Don't gossip. Good news you can tell. Glory. Even good news also you should check with him. Prabhuji, you got distinction. Can I tell other devotees that you got distinction? Because he may want to tell. Correct, no? Like one of our boys, he got professorship in one IIT. Actually, I know him for many years. Since his college days, I know him. Then he passed out. He got married. He has 2 children now. He went abroad. He came back. Now he got into one of the IITs as a professor. Now, the devotee, a brahmachari, with whom I had put this person in touch, at that time, this fellow didn't have IIT job. He was in a company job. So I told this brahmachari to take care of him. Now this brahmachari came to me and said, Prabhu, that family is coming to meet you. They want to share with you one good news. He said, I asked, what is it? He said, he got professorship in IIT Hyderabad. I mean, IIT this Tirupati. Got professorship. I said, wow, that's wonderful. That's very good. Now you will get a lot of help for preaching, I was telling. But then he told him, Prabhuji, but don't let him know that you know it. Huh? Because he wants to surprise you. With that. So I was mentally prepared. So when the family came, I just casually asked him, Prabhu, you are in a company, you are trying for different IITs. Could you get anywhere? I asked. He said, Prabhuji, I got in Tirupati. Really? You got in Tirupati? Haribo! I got very. So he was very happy because he wanted to see me. Happy, excited. If he didn't tell me this, as soon as the family came and said, hey, I know that you got into IIT. Prabhuji, who told you? Correct, na? Because, he has a lot of reverence for me and he wanted to give the news because we have been in email touch. So this devotee was very smart. He gave me a clue at the same time. He preserved the suspense. Correct, na? So therefore, these are all, that sensitivity is very important. Huh? We should not talk any bad news about anybody, to other people. Say one devotee is punished, for example, for something. Huh? See, one devotee was preaching. Now he watched some porn or something like that, and he was told not to go for mentoring and just to stay and read more, chant more, and become serious. It's a kind of disciplinary action is given to the devotee. Huh? So now, if you know about it, can you tell others? Absolutely, you should not tell. Huh? If somebody is coming and asking you, Prabhuji, why he was going for mentoring, now he is not going, what you should say? You can say that maybe I think his, brahmachari senior will know about it. Maybe he wants to study more. Some subjects he may want to get stronger or something. Maybe senior devotee will know. I don't know. Even if you know, you can say, I don't know. Huh? Because bad things are not worthy to be spread. But if you tell others about what happened, and if it goes to his ears, he'll be very sad. Huh? Already he is sad, he'll become doubly sad. Yeah. Read that, malicious.
Malicious way to damage reputation of others causes embarrassment of others. Gossip really says more about the speaker than the one being talked about. You cannot hide the heart when the mouth is open.
You cannot hide the heart and mouth is up. Yeah.
Did Gopal Chapal really make Srivas Thakur look bad, or did he make himself look bad? If you can't say anything nice, it's better to remain quiet.
Isn't it? If you can say something valuable, nice, beneficial to others, you speak it. Otherwise, better keep. Yeah. Yeah. Read it.
Fault finding. Tendency to look for faults, the bad qualities of a person rather than recognizing the good. It can be even more dangerous than gossip because it tends to be more malicious.
Yeah. It's very bad. Gossip itself is bad. This is fault finding is even more bad. Read that.
What were the devotees' feelings towards Ramachandra Puri?
How many of you know about Ramachandrapuri? There are a few devotees, yeah. To cut the long story short, see, Ramachandrapuri was a very, very special type of personality. He actually was god brother of Ishwarapuri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru is Ishwarapuri. And Ishwarapuri's god brother is Ramachandrapuri. These two fellows, Ishwarapuri was most loved by Madhavendrapuri. So they both are disciples of Madhavendrapuri. Huh? So Ishwarapuri massaged the feet of Madhavendrapuri, washed his stool and urine, and then he cooked for him, sat by his side and read some books for him, and gave a lot of support to the Guru. And the Guru was so pleased. He blessed Ishwarapuri and said, oh, my child, may your heart become filled with Krishna Prema. Huh? And then when Guru passed away, Ishwarapuri went on to become a lover of God, and then Lord Chaitanya became his disciple. Huh? So Ishwarapuri's disciple. But on the other hand, the other counterpart, Ramachandrapuri, who was also a disciple of Madhavendrapuri, he was much different personality. So when Guru was singing praying one, offering one prayer, Hey Mathura Nath, one of the song, when he was saying, oh Lord Krishna, where are you? My body is aging now, I am going to leave the body any time. At the time of death, how can I see you? Like that he was praying. So Ramachandra came there and said, oh Guruji, why are you calling Krishna? He is not a person who will come very easily. Better you meditate on Brahma Jyoti and relax. Like that he said. So when Guru heard it, he said, you rascal. Huh? At the time of death, one is supposed to remember Krishna. Antakalecha Mahameva. You are reminding me of Brahma Jyoti. Huh? So he earned the Guru's displeasure. Huh? By which Ramachandra Puri's heart became very hard. Later on, when Ramachandra, when he came to Jagannath Puri, what he did, he would call the Vaishnavas and feed them. He would go on putting lot of prasad in the plate. And then when they would eat and some of finish, because they would think that I should not waste the prasad. Then he will tell them, Are you guys are eating so much? Like that he will say. He'll feed them and then criticize them. Like that. One day he saw some ants outside Mahaprabhu's room. He said, I think inside Mahaprabhu's room there must be sweets. Otherwise, why these ants are going and coming out? Although there was no sweet inside. Sometimes in summer season, winter season, the ants come out. So he was a very, very strong fault finder. At one point of time, he told Mahaprabhu, see, you and your followers are all big eaters. Mahaprabhu immediately reduced his eating to 1/3. And all the devotees became very sad. And many devotees started fasting. For a few days, they didn't eat anything. And then Ramchandra Puri left the association of devotees in Puri and then he left to another place. So in the CC it's mentioned when he left, it appeared like as if a big stone fell from the head to the ground. Like the devotees fell, gaya abhi. Now we can have a cool head. They thought like that. Is it good? Actually, as devotees, we should not behave in a way by which other devotees get put off. Correct, no? Read that.
Why did Ramachandra Puri find fault so much? Perhaps he thought that he would appear to be a very good sannyasi if he made others look bad.
Some people think if I point out faults in others, I look smart. But we don't look smart, we look even more bad.
How did Lord Chaitanya treat him?
Chaitanya was always respectful to him because he was Guru's god brother. He never spoke anything against him.
Did Lord Chaitanya defend himself? Why do you think he acted as he did?
That is because why? Because Lord Chaitanya felt that he is my Guru's god brother, I should not offend him. He just tolerated.
The fly is interested in dirty, smelly garbage. The bee is interested in the sweet nectar from the flower.
Makshika vranam icchanti, madhum icchanti, madhupaha. That's a verse. It says that if there is a stool garden, you can have stool garden in villages, they have places where people pass round stool in patches. And everybody has a fixed place in village. Because how many of you are from village? There are few. So we know in the morning where to go. And we used to go to the same bush. The side of the bush, that's the place where we pass. And everybody has standard place. And they leave almost 1 meter distance. So that you don't put your feet on other stool. So for walking, they leave some place. But you have almost a typical place. Everybody knows near this bush you pass and near that bush you pass. That whole area is full of stool passing area. But imagine if a honeybee comes there, he will see all that, but he will ignore all that. In one corner, there is a small white flower with honey. He'll go and sit there. Because he is looking for what? Honeybee is looking for honey. Honeybee is looking for honey, yeah. Madhu pichandi madhupaha. On the other hand, if a fly comes to a rose garden, it's filled with hundreds and thousands of roses, he will neglect all the roses and in one corner, if somebody passes stool, he'll go there. Because he's only looking for stool. So that means fault finding people will point faults even though the devotee may have a lot of other good qualities right now, like a flower garden. That's why he's saying that. Yeah, this is a Srimad Ranath Maharaj in Govinda's inauguration, he spoke it. Read it.
Cleanliness is preaching because cleanliness means consciousness. Kitchen and place everyone takes prasad has to be kept at all times immaculately clean. People who have faith, this restaurant, if they see it's really good and will feel bhakti when they see this climate. And I can tell you some very good people who have come to the restaurant more than anything else. They were impressed with the whole restaurant based on cleanliness. His Holiness Mahanidhi Swami Maharaj came in through the kitchen on day. Of course, there was hardly anyone in the far rooms, so the kitchen was very quiet. So it's good that he came in that time. So he said it's the cleanest kitchen he has ever seen. He said in the most places, the front room is 5 stars. Very beautiful. But when you go to the kitchen, it's all stuff all over the place and it's dirty inside. I don't want to eat here, but the kitchen has to be first class clean always. It's very difficult, but it has to be done.
And Maharaj used to say, if you go to the washroom, it should be so clean that one may think, I can even sit here with a plate and eat also. It should be so clean. Like that he says. Yeah.
And the sitting room where everyone takes prasad has to be always clean. Cleanliness in place like this means not just in intervals you clean. You have to be constantly be cleaning, and every moment somebody have to be cleaning. Otherwise it will not be clean. And also the front of the building has to be immaculately clean. Now if you want anything to be clean, it's not just the job of the cleaners. Everybody, whether cooks or the managers or waiters or busboys, everybody has to be cleaning. Whenever they see that something is not good, powerful preaching, you transform people's life. How many of you are willing to commit yourself to cleanliness?
There he asked. Haribol. All of you ready? Maharaj is very strict about cleanliness. I will leave these notes with our Prahlad Pran Prabhu. This is very nice. Many, many pastimes of Prabhupada are there, huh? In this. So, you can read on your own. It's very interesting pastimes. So, you can share it with them. You can read it. Huh? Any questions? 5 minutes? Yeah. As what frightened me the most when I heard about cleanliness is if I don't keep my room clean, or my dress clean, or my cupboard clean, or my table clean, I have observed that gradually that clutter slows my pace of doing my work. Why it slows down? Because laziness comes. When laziness and lethargy comes in, then the speed in which you do things reduces. Initially, I used to accomplish a lot of things in one day, but some days I feel that my speed has reduced because of the clutter. Uh, the room is unclean, and so therefore there are so many different type of cleanliness today we learned. And if you are very attentive, then the Sattva-guna, you are very alert and very conscious, and you are very mindful. Nowadays, mindfulness is all over the world, correct now? People are talking about it. So, any of you can speak some reflection also based on your observation. You're staying in a center. What do you feel about your center? Any improvement you feel, or everything is already super clean, you feel? Yeah. Anybody want to share? You can also share. Reflection doesn't necessarily mean that you find fault. You can also say that something was like this and we did like this, then it became nice. Like that.
Anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Many time, Prabhuji, when we are working in the companies or in the working life, the schedule is so tight that it is not possible to wear cloth or fresh cloth every time, because you have to wear the dhoti kurta also in morning. Then for company you have to wear the formals. Then at the night again you have to wear some other clothes. So there are three pairs of cloth in a day, and then in the 7 days there are 21 pair. Then it is very much
If
difficult to.
you wore the dhoti kurta in the morning, you can take it and keep it in the evening, you can wear the same, not a problem. It's like just like you went for a bath and came back and you wore the same clothes, correct, no? Like that you can keep it. Like morning you wore one dhoti kurta, and the evening you can wear the same one. And night, because it's not getting contaminated because you are not sleeping with that, correct, no? But night when you sleep, the next day morning you have to wash the clothes. Correct, no? That we can do, correct? Yeah. Even we, actually, when all of you, one of the challenge for you is you have to wash the pant shirt also and dhoti kurta also. How many pairs you all? How many of you have 3 pairs of dhoti kurta you have? You have 3, yeah. How many have only 2? That's challenging in rainy season. Correct, no? Rainy season, it may be a challenge. You can have one more. Yeah, one more hand was up. That's one.
Prabhu, I have an elaborative question that when I was new in Krishna consciousness, I became so much like it was like a mild OCD for having clean food. Means so whenever I got something to eat or my father or anyone has offered, I was first reading all the ingredients and also it was so much of a headache that uh, when I came to Govinda's Prasadam, I was like, let it be whatever it is. it is Krishna's prasadam only now.
Correct.
That much I was there, so that now also it affects that whenever now go I just read the
Oh, it's
all
good that you check the ingredients. What is ingredients?
or whenever some
Actually, it's very important. In our Pune temple, one fellow went and brought some, chips. He brought chips kind of thing, and 4 packets had come. So 3 packets were proper kind of chips. These chips you can put it in the oil and like fry 'em kind of thing. You brought. And one of them was a chicken one. Huh? By mistake, the shopwala had given. So fortunately, our kitchen fellow saw that cover, and he was suspicious. And then he found out, yes, it was this. And then, so then we told that we have to be very, very attentive nowadays. So, yes, your alertness is not, you don't have to fear that.
because now that alertness was so much that it is more of an OCD other than an alertness. Normal things.
He's saying
It is-
obsessive cleanliness disorder. Huh? Actually, that is another extreme that was mentioned in one of the articles. That if somebody says, I have to be clean, so I'll take 8 times bath in a day, then you won't be able to do your studies and other things. Correct, no? So we have to arrive at a mean level where you're clean also, but you don't get a cleanliness phobia. Correct, no? Yeah. In eating, surely you have to see the content. That's not phobia. That's absolutely necessary. Because now we are living in an age when impure things may be there. Huh? Like they told about this Balaji laddu, correct? No? Nobody can even imagine such things can happen. So it's preferable to avoid as far as possible outside here, there. We cook, we offer to Lord fresh and take it. Hmm. And even like my assistant, one doctor told him that, you can mix some dry fruits like, badam and other things. You crush it, akhroad and badam, you crush it, make it powder, and then mix with the wheat flour, he said. And then you can make chapati for Prabhuji. So he was making chapati for me. When I was eating in the second week or third week, those chapatis, I started getting severe stomach pain. Huh? Then we went to the doctor and asked. And the doctor asked, he was just trying to check everything. Then he told that what my assistant had done was, he had mixed these dry fruits with wheat flour and kept for 2-3 months. But then germs will come in that. Doctor said, they should be kept only for maximum 1 week only. Huh? After 1 week, then again you have to add this dry fruit powder to the wheat. You should not mix it and keep it because certain things will become germs. You didn't see the suji? Suji is that flour which you use for making halwa. In that, there is a white color worm comes. Huh? You have to be very attentive. Otherwise, you will eat the worms, they'll go and bite your belly inside. Huh? No good. So therefore, certain things, if you are not very attentive in watching, like even this pear fruit he used to bring for me. Either it is very kacha or if it is very pakka, it can go to tamaguna also. You have seen that? When it becomes tamaguni type of pear fruit. So naturally, yes, it is true that we don't want to become obsessive, but we have to be watchful also. Huh?
Yes, sir. When we are traveling, Prabhu, like whenever you are in right now, I'm residing in a hostel, or whenever we travel outside, it's like now we cannot eat onion garlic, so we asks for some milk or something. So whenever I get that milk, also it is like this milk is not been properly prepared or offered, or
Correct.
he's not a devotee, so I will not eat it. And I was
You
becoming
chant,
very.
how many rounds you chant?
It's 2 rounds.
2 rounds. So in your stage, what we generally say, any food you eat, you chant Hare Krishna 3 times and you take it.
Yes.
You follow that standard now.
Yes.
And then later on, when you come to 16 rounds, you can worry more. By the time you will learn cooking and everything. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Prabhuji, I have questions, some different from the class. Can I ask?
Okay.
Prabhuji, I have heard about your diet from many, your assistant and many different brahmacharis, that you are eating so simple food.
Yeah.
In spite of that, Prabhuji, you are so fired up in Krishna consciousness and going on throughout the decades and years. In spite of such simple, means some inspiration is there for us devotees, like Prasadam is one of the inspiration.
Yeah.
But in your case, Prabhuji, you are living such simply, but in spite, you are with such great determination. Prabhuji, what keeps you going?
Actually, we should eat what is fit for us. Huh? See, my age, my age is 56 now. So I'm not in a mood to eat very opulent items or anything like that. I just take khichdi, morning khichdi, in the evening I take. Morning I take thick khichdi, evening I take watery khichdi, I take liquid khichdi like that. In between I take some fruits I take. So there is a verse, I'll just show you. Please read it. Vairagi rakritya sada nama sankirtana Shakapatra phalamule udara bharana. Read the translation.
The duty of a person in the renounce order is to chant the Hare Krishna mantra always. He should satisfy his belly with whatever vegetables, leaves, fruits, and roots are available.
I take this only. With khichdi, very simple. I boil it. I don't take them raw. I boil and take. That's what he is saying. Vairagya should. And then here he is saying, Jivara lalasayayiti utidhaya Shishnodara parayana Krishna nahi paya. Yeah.
One who is subservient to the tongue and who thus goes here and there, devoted to the genitals and belly, cannot attain Krishna.
So, if our tongue is long, we are looking for opulent food or too much food, then he says that he becomes a worshipper of his genitals and belly. He cannot attain Krishna, he says. So, Mahaprabhu said this very famous things, yeah. Vairagi haya kare jihvara lalasa Paramartayayara hayarasera vasha.
If a renunciant is eager for his tongue to taste different foods, his spiritual life will be lost and he will be subservient to the taste of his tongue.
See, very powerful verse it is. That means if we can see amongst all the senses which is most difficult to control. Yeah. So if we can do that austerity of eating simple foods, then all other senses are easy to control and also we can focus on spiritual life very easily. Just like I told you today, the more you keep things clean, it becomes very anukul for sattva-guna to develop. Similarly, the more you simplify your eating, the tongue, then your energy, spiritual energy level will increase by that. Because if the tongue is controlled, all the other senses automatically come under control. Jitam sarvam jite rasai. He says, rasai means tongue. When you control the tongue, all other things can be controlled. Vairagi haya eva kare parapeksha. Karya siddhi nahi Krishna kare na upeksha.
A Vairagi, a person in the renounce order, should not depend on others. If he does so, he will be unsuccessful and he will be neglected by Krishna.
For example, a devotee, especially brahmacharis and all, they should not be eager to see, oh, you're going to their house for prasad. The rich people, they may be preparing 14-course feast. Must be a very special prasad. Chalo, I am also coming. Sometimes somebody may be eager for that. So, if you depend on rich people to give you fine foods to eat, or if you depend on their donation for running your activities, then your mind bows down to them. And then he says, then Krishna will neglect you. Because you will not be maintained by Krishna. When Krishna will maintain you, there's another verse which says, Sadhanamalayva yataya labete santosh yayita acharya kare bhakti dharma posh. He's saying that one who is always chanting the holy name and satisfied with whatever Krishna sends, such a person will be maintained by Krishna. As it is says. Therefore, one should not depend on. This is the one. See here. Vairagi karibe sada nama sankirtana. Magiya khaya kare jivana rakshana. Yeah.
A person in the renounce order should always chant the holy name of the Lord. He should beg some alms to eat and he should sustain his life in this way.
Just whatever Krishna sends each day, be happy with that. Don't expect. Yeah. In this Mahaprabhu was speaking about Raghunath Das Goswami's Vairagya, amazing Vairagya. Yeah. So, but all of you are young boys, you should eat very nicely. Huh? You know, up to age of 30, 35, you can take proper eat like a duck. Huh? Nicely, there's no problem. Uh, because young age is a growing age. Huh? But after you cross 32, 33, 34, then after that, the body is just maintained. And then beyond 50, the body will dwindle. Huh? So at that time, one should have conquered the tongue. One should not be foolishly chasing after the tongue after the age of 70 also. You know, as as our age is growing, with our growing body, growing age, our maturity should also grow. So we should know which one should be developed more, which one should be reduced. Correct now? Like attraction for the opposite sex and attraction for the tongue. These two are the biggest attractions, tongue and genitals. If these two Vairagi does not control, he'll become a laughing stock. Like if somebody has a weakness for women, whole world will laugh at him. Similarly, if somebody has a weakness for the tongue, all other senses will agitate him. He cannot do his bhajan very nicely. So we have to keep them simple. But artificially, you cannot control your eating. So, what is prescribed for all of you? You may eat pulao, kadi, rasamala, all those items, but we have to keep moderation. Two things are, to be controlled. One is too opulent eating. Too much opulent food, if you get also, like for example, Srikhanda, or jalebi, or gulab jamun, that there should be regulation. Huh? Whatever is served for everybody, if they're giving two to you, just accept two. Don't go to the kitchen and whisper, can I get two more? Huh? You should be satisfied with what you are getting. Those who overeat, they get later on diseases in the body. That is opulent foods. Huh? And the other one is overeating the simple food also. Filling up belly, packing the belly so much that the stomach is not able to digest. Stomach is struggling. The stomach requires some space. You all know that how much space? 25%. And another 25% water. So how much percentage food? 50%. But how many people follow this? Correct. We know that. How many of you know this? Many people know this. 50% food, 20% water, 20% air. Then only the digestion takes place. Otherwise, next day morning you find food is not digested because you pack like this. And we also feel little uneasy after the prasad is over because of packing too much. So don't pack your belly too much. Leave some space for digestion. And don't eat opulent foods in unregulated way. Do it in regulated way. Clear? See, this picture fits this class, no? The Maha Cleaning, IIT Kadakpur boys. Nice, no? See here. And they're posing for the camera, I think. Isn't it? So working together as a team and Maha Cleaning brings hearts of devotees together, causing development of emotional bonds and loving relationship between devotees. Such service is performed, for the pleasure of the Lord brings great pleasure to the hearts of devotees also. Intellectual youths without such service remain stuck in a platform of speculation. See? So, you all are thinking people, intelligent people. So, if you do practical services, you will get unwanted things from the heart washed away and we can develop firm faith in the Bhakti Yoga path. Huh? Shil Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Thank you very much.